Hello my lovely Red Mare crew. Today is our Mental Health Awareness Day. Although really in our house every day is Mental Health Awareness Day. And I wanted to make a big video because I've been talking about mental health, and I was going to get her all smart for you, all sparkly and looking like a show pony. And then I thought that is exactly the point. The point is that sort of pressure, that sort of perfectionism. Whether it's in your real life, that your horse always has to be the best hand out, or whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, you know, look at my perfect pony. That's a pressure that you're putting on yourself right there. So actually what we want, I love that. Who am I speaking for? This might be all humans, but what one wants, what you want, what humans want is authenticity and acceptance. So one of the things that will make you saddest is the perfectionist gremlin shouting in your head about how you're never good enough and you've got to be more shiny and more accomplished, and your horse has to be more fabulous and look more beautiful and win more stuff. And that turns keeping a horse from a joy into a pressure. And my theory is that life gives you enough pressures, and especially at the moment. So the pressures that you can gently take off yourself will make a huge difference. And especially pressures that you feel every day. So this is all about the stories that we humans tell ourselves. I have to have this kind of horse doing this so that. And the so that is often a little bit nebulous because a lot of this is subconscious. You're not consciously thinking, I have to have the best horse in the world so that people will think I'm a decent human being. But that's kind of what's muddling along. And one of the things that I've really learned to accept, and I just think acceptance, well, all the A's really. Acceptance is everything, but so is awareness and so is authenticity. The 3 A's, the triple A's. But I've really learned to accept that we are a bit scruffy in this field. Look, I have a scruffy grooming kit. We have a very scruffy horse. Look at her. She's just had a massive roll. She's covered in mud. We have a slightly scruffy field because I'm absolutely rubbish at paddock management. We've got scruffy fencing because Freya breaks all the fences and the posse's dad can only come up every so often to fix them. I have a pretty scruffy system. We don't ride them out every single day. We don't school them every day. They're not trained in that way at all. And this one and Florence are allowed to go in those woods, which would horrify a lot of people. I do a kind of horsemanship which involves a lot of standing and breathing. Yes, it does, doesn't it? And what I call connecting on the atomic level. You inspecting the extremely scruffy grooming kit? Yes. And the reason that I do this is because what I've discovered is that basically my horses are therapy horses. They're not show horses. Where are you off to? They're not competition horses. They're heart horses. I would say that without them I wouldn't have got through this pandemic in anything like such a balanced state as I am. And you know, I have wobbly days. Everyone I know does, but she's kept me stable and kept me sane and given me an awful lot of joy even on the worst days. That's the thing that they do, is they give you the joy. So just accepting that I'm not doing that for anyone else. I'm not doing that to get external validation. Perhaps this is really what I'm talking about. is so much of life is about external validation. It's what I call the realm of judgment. We're so in the realm of judgment, we humans, from the minute we're little. You know, go and sit over there and be a good girl. Help your mum and be a good boy. There's value judgments put on us from a very early age, and then we go to school and we're graded, and then we get jobs and we're graded by our salary and our promotions. And then we have relationships, and oh my goodness, look who's got the loveliest, happiest marriage and the sweetest, cutest, giggliest children, and it's just all judgment. And that's exhausting, and that's going to crash your mental health like nothing else, I think. So I come to my horses, and I've learnt not to care that a lot of people will be horrified that they're covered in mud, and that they think it's absurd that I sing songs to them, and that I stand and breathe with them, and that my greatest achievement is when the red mare goes into the place of peace, isn't it? Yes. Because then I know that you're completely happy. So what am I really saying? I'm really saying that if you allow your horses to be your horses, not to impress, you know, long dead great aunt Maud, not to get hits and likes on the social media, not to make people think that you're the best horse person in the world. But if you accept that there they are in all their realness, yes, in all their mudliness, in all their muddiness, in all their non-traditional beauty, non-show pony beauty, if you accept that you, hello, do you want to scratch? Yes, you do, don't you? That you will sometimes be a bit muddly, but that the two of you can just muddle on together, accepting each other's flaws and loving each other in the authenticity that exists between you. Nothing to do with the external world, nothing to do with that existential stamp on yes on your passport. That actually you congratulate yourself if you can find the good, oh, she's off, sweet spot. Then I think you've got a therapy horse every single day. So it's not about perfection. Yes, it's not about proving anything. It's just about the incredible daily privilege of being with this beautiful, mysterious creature who has been evolving on this earth for 56 million years, they think now. It used to be 50 million. But they get older with every new scientific discovery. Can we try not to eat the gate, maybe? 56 million years of evolution. Think of what a privilege that is. Think of what an extraordinary thing that is. Think of... Talk about not having perfectionism. Think of how extraordinary it is that she allows me to step up to the edge of her world and that she consents to come into mine. Think of the wonder of that. Don't take that for granted just because you've got to get things done or prove a point, or I don't know what we humans do to ourselves, but I do know that we often lash ourselves on for the wrong reasons, or for unhelpful reasons, I prefer to say, rather than wrong reasons. And that sometimes just standing still with this incredible creature that you love is the most healing thing of all. Yes, it is. And as usual, I have rambled and shot off in different directions, and one day I will manage to make a coherent video and it will be a day of jubilee. But in the meantime, I hope that some of these little rambles and tangents will be of some use to you, and that if you are suffering today, if you are feeling alone or frightened, please reach out. There are so many people out there who would love to take your call. And you really aren't alone, however much you feel it. And especially if you are lucky enough to have a horse, you are never alone.